D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I just finished the newest episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I almost said Stranger Things. And I have to say, I'm still hopeful, but cautiously hopeful about this show. The first episode, I went back and watched it, and there are some things that I personally didn't like that I wish I had noticed the first time. And then this episode, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of boring. Like, it focused on Ahura for a huge portion of this episode, and which was cool and everything. I think that it's good that that's like old school Star Trek, where you take one character of the bridge crew and you kind of focus an episode on them. And I think Discovery tried to do that with this last season, but did an awful job of it because it wasn't a whole episode. It was just like one bridge crew member, but like 2 minutes during a crisis. And you're all like, what's going on here? Why are you talking about this trauma from your past now? So there's that, and there's this thing that they're doing with this alien, and I'll talk about it when we get to it. And I'll talk about a horror in a little bit, but yeah. So like, this is the thing. This episode wasn't bad, and it wasn't very like in the first episode. I didn't notice it, and some people did point it out, and there was some woke moments, you could say. For instance, during the big speech at the end, when he talks about the Earth, being demolished and everything, and it was, and they brought up a clip of Jan 6, and making, like, saying that led to our second Civil War, and I'm like, oh, get the hell out of here with that nonsense. I'm all like, what, get out of here, it's so stupid. And then with this episode, it did, there was some things that I'm all like, but at the same time, I'm all like, okay, it wasn't enough for me to like. It's just Akiva Goldsman, I think his name is. He writes this stuff. I don't like him, and personally, I think he's a horrible, and he doesn't know Star Trek, and I'm pretty sure that he hates Star Trek, just like everybody else involved. But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna get started on this breakdown and review and everything. Sorry, I'm just bringing up the cast and crew. And I'll tell you my thoughts as we go along. But before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that we've done that, I want to get started on this. So it starts off on this planet, and I think it was called Proxima 3. I don't remember what it's called. It started with a P. Maybe it was like a Greek goddess's name or whatever. I can't remember. I keep saying, I just keep thinking Proxima, but I don't think it was that. And these two ladies, this woman and her daughter, this single mom and her daughter, are walking across this desert planet. And they look up in the sky, and there's a comet, and Discovery Enterprise is watching this comet, and it's about to pass this planet and everything, and they're watching it, and I can't remember what yeah, so there it is. And it starts off with Ahura. She's all like, Lieutenant Ahura, Stardate, and she's doing her little thing. This I don't like, this portion of the program. A small piece of me is just like, don't get me wrong, I'm fine with, and I can't remember if any other non-captain did this, but I don't know how I feel about the other bridge crew doing these little logs. I don't know how I feel about it. If I have to give an answer right now, I don't like it, but I'm willing to just calm it down and just and check it out and see what happens. So anyways, so she's all like, I've been invited to the captain's quarters for a little dinner. Yay. But Shay Diaz she told me to dust off the dinner robes or whatever they're called. And she's all dressed up in her, her high tops and her, her midriff showing outfit, which I just go, this is so circa now. And they're doing this in the future. Like, why aren't they all just wearing their uniforms and stuff? And I'm all like, I'm trying to remember. I have a horrible memory when it comes to like specific stuff, but I'm like, didn't they wear like futuristic outfits in all the other Star Trek, not this modern clothing thing? And I'm all like, I don't know how I feel about it. Anyways, so she's all like, you wore your outfit. She's like, you told me to, kind of thing. She's like, no, I said dust it off and everything. I'm like, oh, stop it. You're doing this. You're playing practical joke, which is fine, everything. And I like her I like this formal outfit with her garb. I think she looks great. I just have to say though, this Ahura, and especially in this episode, this is not my Ahura. Like, don't get me wrong, the actress that plays this new Ahura, she's doing a fine job. I have nothing against her. I just want to say that real quick, because I know some people get very defensive and be like, oh, you're just racist. And I'm like, I'm not. I have nothing against the actress. It's the character. I don't see / feel Ahura through in this character, but this is her as, on the lower ranks and everything. So I maybe, but I just don't feel it. So it's fine. It's fine. Like I said before, she's got some big shoes to fill. So it's fine. So anyway, so they get to the captain's quarter. He's all like laughable. His hair is so big. It's so big. Anyways, and they come in, everybody's there and everything. And then we come across this guy and he's blind. And she's like, oh, can I help you? And he's all like, oh, and he immediately gets on the defensive. And he's like, oh, you think just because I'm blind, I need your help? Well, just so you know, because I'm blind, all of my senses are heightened to their maximum potential. And she's all like, okay, and everything. And I'm all like, I just, with this guy, just be like, hey, Z-Snap, calm it down, sister. Okay. You don't need, with your albino skin, just calm it down. All right. Yeah, so he's chopping the purple carrots, and they sit down, and Captain Pike is telling an awful story. It is not good. His punchline of the story is not. Everybody starts laughing, and I'm all like, your story kind of sucked, dude. Like, if I was at a dinner party with him and he did that, I'd be like, and everybody started laughing. I'm like, good story, bro. It wasn't a good story. It was a bad story. He's one of those people that doesn't know how to get to the thick of it. And me personally, I'm like, I have no nonsense for that kind of thing. I'm just all like, if people take a long time to get to a story and then the end of the story sucks, I'm just straight up like, yeah, your story sucked. Like, please don't tell anymore. I'm not interested in that. Okay. And Spock is all like, why are you all laughing? It sounded abysmal and everything. He's like, well, sometimes it's all you got when stuff is so bad, you just have to laugh. And I'm like, no, not really. And they're all like, and everything. So then she goes and has some tea. And he's like, she's like, it's custom for me to get some tea or some crap like that. I grew up in Kenya. And he's like, oh yeah, I went to a little thing, a town or whatever. And she's like, oh, I was like, 400 kilometers from there and everything. And she's all like, there's so many dialects in Kenya that I just decided to learn all of them so that way I could communicate with everybody. And they're like, how many languages do you speak? And she's, what are you, 6? And she's like, 57 or some crap like that. I can't remember. Don't get mad at me because I didn't remember exactly how many languages she speaks. Okay. I love Ahura, but I don't memorize her profile. Okay. Back off. So then I don't remember. Oh, she tells her story about how her parents died and her oldest brother. And I have to be honest, even though I like Ahura, I was all like, okay, like, that's the thing. Like, they're giving me stuff that I want, but I'm at the same time, I'm just like so cautious that I'm just like, I don't want to get invested because I have a feeling you're just going to pull the carpet out from under me. And I'm just gonna be like, all right, now I'm upset. So I'm so cautious in liking this show, which that upsets me in itself because I'm all like, you did this to me, not the other way around. You've made crappy Trek and you want me to love your track, you've got to earn it now, because I'm no longer blindly loving whatever you put out. Okay. And again, this actress is doing a good job acting wise. I think she's so cute in the face. Look at her face. She's so cute. Anyways, yeah. So anyway, so then they leave the dinner party, and he's talking about how, she's all like, I don't know why I was picked to be on here. And she's not her confident self because she's new and everything, which is totally cool and stuff. But that's fine. I like this new Ahura, but at the same time, it's not my Ahura. You know what I'm saying? And he's all, I can't remember what he says here. Sorry. I didn't write it all down. I know I said I would, but again, I'm so cautious. Anyways, so then these two are talking, and she sits here and she says, are you so afraid of your future? Because who says that that's the future? It's not written in stone, my dude. And he's just like, you didn't see what I saw kind of thing. Then they get a thing from Spock. They're like, hey, we need to talk. We need to have a proper chat. And they go and they show that comet hitting this planet, and it's a rendering of it. I can't remember what's it called. Shoot, I'm sorry. It's like a previs. Anyways, and so they're all like, this if this comet keeps heading into its trajectory, it's going to hit this planet, killing everybody. And they're pre-warp, but it's an M-class planet, so they have potential to become a warp capable planet. They're just not right now. So he's like, all right, we're going to move it. So they prepare some torpedoes or whatever. And of course the alien guy is all like, so then, like I said, he is the albino guy. He's all like, I'm going to be retrofitting them and everything. And I'm all like, all right, we got it. You're handy capable. Okay. Oh, geez. It's like this character, every time he shows up, I'm going to be like, I'm blind, but I can do just as good as you. And I'm like, oh yeah, catch this. I thought your senses were heightened, fucker. So they shoot the thing and at the comet. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean to blind people. I just this show is like trying to like make the blind guy be all like super powerful, and I'm all like, okay, calm down. You still have limitations, okay? So they shoot it, but it hits some shields, and he's like, did that comet just have shields? And they see that there's a structure on the comet. And they're all like, we don't know who built it, all that stuff. But they then they talk about how they're going to beam down on the planet and figure out or on the comet and figure out what's doing. Sorry. I need coffee. I drink coffee like nobody's business. Like, I love coffee. Like, you hate coffee compared to how much I love coffee. Anyways. So then he says he wants Ahura to go along with, because if there is an alien's, whatever there, she's linguistics. So he wants her to communicate. So they get ready, and it's going to be Kirk. I think this is Kirk's dad, right? This guy right here. This is Kirk's dad, just to like not Chris Hemsworth. I think. I don't know. And he's like, the mustache is growing on me. He's like, you should grow one and everything. I'm like, oh, whatever. So then they're sitting here, and Chapel, she's shooting them up with something for the asteroid. I can't remember what it was called, but it's so their blood and their insides don't turn to mush. I mean, blood's liquid, but their insides turn to mush. And she goes to shoot Spock. She's like, you think you can handle it? And he's like, I can handle any amount of pain that you give me. And she's like, yeah, I know you can. Yeah, I like it. Naughty. And she's like flirting with him or whatnot. So they get in there, and they beam onto the asteroid. And they go inside the structure. And when they get there, they see this egg. And Spock's all like, Ahura, or maybe it's Kirk, I can't remember. It's all like, look at these hold on, the writing's on the egg formation thing, these little wavy things. He's all like, what does that say? And she's like, I'm not quite sure. There's a pattern here. So they're obviously trying to do something. But then Kirk, the white guy, he's all playing around with the egg and everything, and it comes online and stuff. And he's touching it, and they're like, Kirk, don't touch it. And I'm all like, did they do this like reckless white guy because he's the cis white male? And I'm all like, probably. So he gets zapped. And the whole cave comes alive, and they get him back, and they try to beam him back to the ship and everything, but the shields go back up. They can't get him. and they fix him to where he's not dead, but he's just unconscious the rest of the episode. And so they're like, look, the cave came alive. Let's he's like, you know, we're stuck here. You're a linguistics person. Communicate with the cave and the egg. She's all like, what? I don't know how to talk now, egg and everything. So then back on the planet, though, the little girl is nervous because the comet is getting bigger. And I'm all like, yeah, it is. You're dead soon. These I do appreciate that they put some aliens in here, but like Discovery, they need more aliens on the show. Because I personally am just like, you know, come on, like it's what Star Trek is about. It's about aliens. It's aliens and stuff, you know. I mean, the humans are great, but come on. They got that Andorian, but he was only in like a handful of scenes, and he was kind of a, you know, an annoying, you know, douche. Anyways, so then they're sitting there like, what's going on? And they're like, well, we could move it some other way. I can't remember. Sorry. I'm trying to like, oh, they send out a hypersonic thing or something like that to try to move it. So inside the cave, they're sitting there and she's humming. And he's like, are you humming because you're nervous? And she's like, I'm humming because it helps me think. And then so they go to do that, but it gets like blocked or something, because then this big ship shows up and it's like, dun, dun, dun. And they're like, we're being hailed. And so they get hailed, and it's this purple guy. And he's like, you are messing with the Navi. He gives it a name. I can't remember what it's called. I can look it up real quick if you want me to. But he gives it a name. And he's like, you call it a comet. And but it's not. It's the bringer of life. Dun, dun, dun. The bringer of life. This rock. And they're like, well, it's going to hit that planet. He's like, if it hits the planet, that's the way it is. You will not move it. This is its course. It's been going through like this all the time. If it destroys the planet, it destroys the planet. If it destroys itself while it destroys the planet, that is its will and its destiny. So that's just how it's going to be. And if you try to mess with it, my dude, we will take you down. I'm like, yeah, you put that white man in his place. That man, you know, no man's gets the best of us alien mans. Anyways, so they're all like, what's going on here? What's going on here? You're like worshiping a rock. This is weird. And he's like, and he says something about how like there's not too many of these in the universe, you know, so you're going to just let it be. So Pike's all like, okay, we need to figure this out, kind of thing. So he's all like, and Andy's all like, and you've desecrated it. You should not have gone down there. And they're like, oh, he knows. So they finally figure it out, and she starts humming, and she's like, oh, hold on, I'll tell you. So then they're all like, I can't remember what they do here. Shoot, sorry guys, I forgot this part. Yeah, I forgot this part. I'm sorry, I can't remember what they say here. My bad. So then she starts humming, and she's all like, Spock, come with me. And they're like, la 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 la. And I'm all like, what is going on here? Is this a choir concert or an episode of Star Trek? And they figure out that to talk with this this egg thing, this Navi, whatever it's called, Nama, they do it through music. Oh, that's what they got. They got the song back, because she was humming a song. It's a Kenyan song, and they're like, the comet is communicating with us through this song. It sang us a song and everything. That's what it was. So she's all like, la, 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 and everything. And so, okay, so this is the thing. Modern Trek, new Trek has been doing this a lot lately, where they get aliens that don't talk through speech. They do it through some other form. They did it in Prodigy with these aliens that did it through crystals and sound, kind of like this one has done. And by the way, I'm not dissing on this because it's very Trekky, but it's just annoying that they keep doing it. And then they recently did it in Star Trek Discovery with species 10C, or like I like to call them, NC-17. And I'm not against that, because it is very Trek to do that, but they're doing it a lot lately, like a lot. And I just go like, listen, I get it on, like, if you're like me and you watch these shows, it's becoming like what you're falling back on. And I go, if you're just going to fall back on something that somebody's already else done, that doesn't mean you're very good at your job. But it's okay, because this is the only one episode. If they do this again this season, I'm going to be like, all right, I've had enough of this nonsense. Okay. So then they start communicating or whatever, and they're finally able to, this is very pretty. Open the egg. The egg opens. It opens up like a flower, and they're able to turn off the shields. So then these alien guys get mad and they attack. And they go to red alert. And everything. And so they're attacking them. Their shields are down to like 20. They get it down to like 25%. And Noonien-Singh is all like, we need to warp out and then come back, you know. And so she's all like, hey, Shay Diaz. I don't remember her name. I'll remember for after this, because this character is actually not that bad. Like, I was afraid they'd make her like that the spicy Latina that gives, you know, that's all like, you know, like give an attitude the whole time. They didn't do that, and I was like, oh, good, because I hate when they do the stereotypes of, like, you know, like I said, a spicy Latina that's all like, I'm difficult every episode, and you're like, why are you difficult every episode? Like, what are your reasons? Like, what, you're good at your job? Like, get out of here. But she's not. I actually, this character, I don't mind her so far. And the actress does a good job. Sorry, everybody's doing a good job acting wise. I know I'm kind of like crapping on it, but I was afraid they'd do the spicy Latina. Anyways, so they're running, and Pike is all like, hey, you know, you've been telling people you're like the best pilot ever. Why don't you prove it? And he's all like, and she's like, we could do the Diaz maneuver. And he's like, the Holdo maneuver? And she's like, no, the Diaz maneuver. So they go inside the comet's asteroid field, the stuff that comes behind it, because they're going to get in front of the asteroid. So they get in front. Sorry, I thought I saw a little thing. They get in front of it, and they stop firing, because they stop firing. They're like, they don't want to hit the asteroid. I'm like, ooh, you're using the asteroid as like a shield. Good thinking. They're the comet. And they turn off everything except for life support. And then they communicate back with the ship, and they're like, listen, you've damaged us. We cannot move. But if you don't help us, we'll get hit by the comet and our ship will explode. And so will our warp core, destroying the comet, your precious comet, which we don't want to call a comet because that's offensive. If you don't, but if you do help us, I don't remember, but if you do help us, we won't be able to stop the comet from moving. So it's a win-win if you help us, and it's a lose-lose if you don't help us. So they're lying, but in a way so then they decide to help. And as they're helping, Spock then takes the shuttle and he goes through the asteroid. And because asteroids are mostly made of like ice and stuff, I believe so, don't quote me on that, he turns on his little heat shields and he warms it up to break off a piece of that asteroid. Naughty. And it's such a large chunk that it actually moves the asteroid. Like the trajectory of the asteroid moves to where it won't hit the planet anymore. But it goes through its what's it called? What's that called? The thing around the planet, the ozone layer. There we go. I think so. And it creates this fun little purple thing. And it changes the whole dynamic of Persephone 3. Haha. What did I say before? Did I say Persephone? I don't think I did. I don't think I said Persephone. Anyways, of 3 to where now it's going to no longer be a desert, shithole. It's going to be like a thriving Earth-like planet, I think. And they don't say that, but yeah. And he's all like, see, the giver of life gives life. Enterprise, you're so stupid. Us protectors of the comet correct all the time. We're purple. By the way, I just want to say the digital effects on this alien are so bad, like gross. Why didn't you just do practical effects? Because the CGI, you wasted so much CGI on this crappy looking alien. It looks like a game. It looks like a CGI game. Anyways, He's like, thank you so much. You were correct and everything. So then it starts raining on the planet. And this little girl's like, oh my God, rain is so great. I've never seen rain before. And they look up and the sky's changed or whatever. And I'm like, good, super fun. And she looks really good. This actress is really cute. I do not like this like lesbian haircut that she's got. I don't like it, but whatever. She's super cute though. Yeah, like in the face. She's got a nice body too. Yeah. Anyways, and I love Rebecca Romaine. She's hot too. She's so hot. I wish she would pull her hair back though, so we could see more of her face. Although I do like her hair. Anyways, okay. So then Ahora's all like, hey, I want to talk to you guys. So then she brings him back and she's all like, while we were in there, all the stuff that I took from that I analyzed from the asteroid, it spoke to me and it said it was going to break off a piece of itself. And so she's all like, was this plan? Like, was this destiny and the asteroid knew, or, and it knew we were going to help out. And Spock's like, how could that be possible? A small piece of me is wondering, is this that stupid asteroid that's in Discovery that becomes Ava, whatever their ship's computer's name is? Because if that's the case, that's stupid. They'll probably do that. They're so dumb here. Anyways, and so they leave, and he's like, Lieutenant Uhura. She's like, oh, you're going to say I don't belong here? He's like, please let me finish. You did good work today. You belong here. I can't wait to work more with you, kind of thing. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember. And they do, and this speaks very much to Uhura and Spock's relationship in the original series, which is good and everything. But at the same time, I just go, what is up with his sideburns? I hate that little dipsy do he's got there. I don't like it. Anyways, I don't remember him having that in the original series. It's been a while. So then these two are talking, and she's all like, Pike, this was destiny. Why, if that asteroid knows that it can change its course, why can't you change your course? There's nothing set in stone. And so then he goes down and he looks up all these kids, and these are future cadets that are going to be Starfleet cadets. And the names he spoke out, I didn't write them down, but they didn't sound familiar. Maybe they're going to be in future shows. If they are, I don't remember them. So it's like, yay. But like I said, I don't remember any of them from previous shows. So, but I mean, I guess I'll look it up. There'll be an article somewhere, and one of you will yell at me if I got it wrong and be like, they're on this season of whatever, Star Trek this. And I'll be like, okay, sorry, I didn't remember. I didn't write it down. I have a friend. He's going to watch this because he watches all my stuff. But he always like texts or calls me. By the way, and that's the end of the episode. But he always like texts or call me and he'd be like, at this marker, you got this wrong. And I'm all like, okay. And he's like, it's in, Deep Space Nine, season 3, episode 4. And he's like, when Spock says this, this, and this. And I'm like, okay. Okay. I don't memorize these. I'm like, I'm sorry. Which is totally fine. I'm not that kind of girl where I get upset about that kind of stuff. Like if you correct me on anything, my memory is horrible. And I have to write down I'm probably going to get Alzheimer's, which sucks, but I have to write down everything. So, because I forget. And I recently lost my phone, and I literally I was just like, I don't remember anything. I missed out on doctor's appointments. So they probably charged me. I don't, all this stuff. It's crazy. Anyways, so Trek. This episode, was it bad? No, of course not. It wasn't bad. Was it good? I'll say yes. But again, I'm like so cautious about liking new Trek. And they did, like I said before, they did this. I didn't do any of this. This is not my fault. They put out crappy episodes. They put out bad writing. They put out bad everything. It's all on them. They have to earn my love and support, not the other way around. They don't just get it. I don't, but yeah, that's my story. Okay. So tell me, what did you guys think about this episode? Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? Do you think that this season, this show is going in the right direction? Are you like me and you're cautious about being optimistic about this show and new Trek going forward? Or are you just, going into it loving it no matter what, because it's Trek and yeah. And I want to say one other thing. People always talk to me about Star Trek, and they're always like, if you don't like it, why are you watching it? Don't watch it. I'm like, listen, I have been a Star Trek fan since middle school. Deep Space Nine, that was where I got started. I can't just turn it off. What are you talking about? I can't just turn it off. Watching Star Trek was a weekly staple in my life growing up. So I can't just turn that off. That's ridiculous. So, and my kids, who I have a feeling have no interest in Star Trek or like Star Wars or anything like that. But if they get into this stuff, I want to start them off, how I start off, although I'll probably just start from the original series. Anyways, okay. That's why I watch it. It's a staple, because I get people that say that, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's like, come on. But yeah, so that is my breakdown, my review. Tell me what you guys thought. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my breakdown and review of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. You guys have a good week. Live long and prosper. Bye.